My Gavan and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadirthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer. And welcome back to the same as we continue on as Ered Luin, the third and last of Ered Luin for this week before we return to our successful campaign in the south with Dol Amroth. But for now, we are with Ered Luin. We've recently successfully claimed Basradum, even though we lost loads of forces, but that's to be expected. I am me, after all. And EMT Hungary Named General 3, sadly mourning the loss of EMT Hungary Named General 4, is making his way north, where he will side with our forces to try and beat Angmar. You will recall from the end of the last episode that we did a toggle fog of war, and we found that Angmar has innumerable forces. I'm sure they are actually numerable, but I couldn't be bothered to count them. They've got a lot of armies, and we don't. So we really need to stick it to them before the elves fall, because at the time that the elves fall, Angmar will throw their full might at us. The northern Dunedain really are reduced to 3 simple settlements, Numenas, Fornosterrein, and Fennis Druinen. And that one has a huge garrison and will not fall anytime soon because the enemy can only get one army down at a time. It's a very easily defended settlement and the Dunedain normally hold it for a long time. Fornost, on the other hand, I think will fall, and when these two do, the wrath of Angmar will fall upon the kingdom of Ered Luin and we will be right up against it. But for now, I believe we are at an end turn as our army musters on the northern borders there. But no, before we do that, we return to Imladris, the last homely house, where we desperately pray these fools will give us peace. Oh, come on, Elrond! So you want a ceasefire, but you don't want trade rights. What madness is this? Oh, and then you do want to do them differently. Idiot. What about... I'll give you my map information, and... No, actually, I'd rather just have both, because I'm sure you have 2 regions. What are you saying? Yes! Thank you, High Lord Elrond, the Defender.
Well, that seemed fruitful.
Yes, you do. You have Zag Kalla as well. That's good. So the High Elves will hold on for a long time. They're not falling anytime soon. We've got an army in Bari Donyorach, which is made primarily of Grinfarn the Unstoppable. What a name. Fantastic. You'll see over here, Christine, of course, is besieging us, but we are dwarves, and we shall not fall to a pitiful, pathetic force of only 3 battalions. Now, I won't ever call them anything other than battalion, but people do pull me up on it. What would you call that individual unit? Is it a battalion? Is it I mean, unit, I suppose, works, but it doesn't sound very militaristic, does it? What would that unit actually be were this a real setting? So if you march to war with 20 companies, I suppose company, actually, there we go, just answered my question. I don't know, but what do you call it in your games? That's my question. I always call them battalions, but I don't think that really sums up the word, or rather that's using a more modern definition of something that doesn't apply. But do let me know. But anyway, let us end the turn, such as it is. Work behind the scenes in Divide and Conquer goes, I'm afraid, slowly, and although Rohur, our trait and ancillary expert, has recently returned from a break of his own, and he's going through and has already found a few errors in the traits and ancillaries, or rather 90%, I would say, of the problems creating this mod, that we forget to upload files to Dropbox. I myself am guilty of this and have been many times before, so something will work in my game, absolutely. And then you upload it to Dropbox, you forget one file, and then suddenly it doesn't work. Now, this is why we have beta testers. They find these problems. But every now and then there's the odd thing that a beta tester wouldn't know is actually missing. And it requires a more fine-tuned look. But, I mean, it is very rare that files that don't get uploaded. But we are only human after all. But it remains rare, fortunately. But it does happen sometimes. Aye. Right, that will hold out for 3 more turns, which I think means if we pull all these armies together here, merge that into a single army, that will give us then 1 more turn it will take to get down to him. So unless they attack on the next turn, they will be routed. I can train some more militia. Militia, of course, are not ideal, and we want to ideally keep away from them, but when you've got no choices, it provides at least something. Otherwise, though, everything is going rather well. Save for the fact that we are grossly outnumbered. What's happened over here? Mission failed. Take settlement at Numenas. Yeah, no, I didn't feel like that was worth it. Is being my excuse. Oh, you will be free, will you not? We can finally get some free upkeep over here. No, because you haven't got a pipe hall. So give me a pipe hall next, please. And then Now, the Merchant's Wharf, that's the one. You see where it says trade fleets available too? That actually does nothing unless it is a port building. So this building does still give you 100 base income, and it does still give a tradable goods boost, but it doesn't actually give any trade fleet bonus. So we either need to make it more useful as a standalone building when we cut the trade fleet thing, or we just cut the building altogether and make ports more profitable on their own, and kind of combine the two. So make ports a bit more expensive, but give them a few bonuses that the wharf had. I think that would likely be the way, because then we can free up that UI as well for each faction to use somewhere else, which is always handy. Right, you're going to get me a pipe hall, and then you're going to train me dwarven labourers, and then they will be free upkeep, and we can probably just disband both of those. They've got no purpose, or there's nothing around or near down there that we need. But we need our money up so that we can get those Balerian Honor Guard. You have a pipe hall, don't you? Yes, and your Ered Luin crossbowman is free. Oh, you have a miner's quarters, in fact. So that crossbow unit can already make its way to Mythland, where it will be free, and then we'll just disband the pike. Oh, and you two are both free over there. That's fine. Right, perfect. I'm not going to bother building a barracks here. It's miles away from the front line. It'll never see action. It's just not worth it. Oh, look, Dunland getting involved. Showing that they've got the stones. They are not out of it yet. And what to do? Oh, they abandoned their assault on Fornost, and they're bringing the army north. Of course they are. Why don't you just come from the east so I can easily manage you? You annoying ice men. Do we march out and hit you again? Probably. Look how low our catapults are. No, we'll wait a turn and see what they do. Let's wait a turn and see what they do. See if they pull on us, then we will attack. We'll just defend them, and it will work wonderfully. I'm quite looking forward to playing as the Anduin next. The Anduin are a nation I've never really played as, and I'm quite keen to sink my teeth into the way that we've set the barracks up and see how it's going to play out in practice. It works. I know that it works. Tested it when we put it in the game, but I'm eager to see. And also, their roster now looks really, really cool, and I want to fight that. Particularly when I did the first overview video as Gundabad, and of course I chose. I didn't choose, but the enemies in the Gundabad video were Anduin, and watching their units in battle made me really want to play as them. Right, we've got a pipe hall in Donionach, and it can't do out, but it is building a brewery, which is handy. And Buzzradum built its pipe hall, so we should have both of them are training. Yes, that's fantastic. They are costly though. They have a 750 upkeep per turn. They're not a cheap unit. Isengard has the ring. We're not interested in the ring. It is a byproduct. I see many people put ring-based suggestions in the suggestion hall on Discord. And we do plan to overhaul the way the ring works, but it really is a very future project. So I appreciate your candor or your enthusiasm, rather, sorry, in suggesting ring-related changes, but we're not going to do anything to the ring for a long time. We've got a big to-do list for version 5, and we're just going to slowly work through it so it doesn't overwhelm us. But adding the ring onto that will just be... The ring will require a dedicated effort from many team members all ploughing together to get that field tilled. And it's going to take some time. The ring, realistically speaking, as you are all aware, needs to be rewritten from the ground up. It doesn't serve its purpose for most factions. It doesn't play dynamically. So if you're playing as the Ardenaim, for example, and you turn on Sauron, you will still be given the option of giving him the ring if you find the ring. So we've got to just get around those kinds of things. I need to remember when I finish recording those faction lore videos to set the speed back up again. Right, we attacked them, so they're going to camp and wait it out. They'll either pull back to that hill over there, or they'll just sit in the middle. I expect they'll pull back to that hill. I mean, I would in those circumstances, so we shall assume that will be their plan and come in from the right-hand side. Haha, yes, don't you love it when a plan comes together? Now that is ranged cavalry, is it not? Ranged cavalry. I should really turn on the restriction, shouldn't I? It is actually considered cheating doing what I'm doing right now. But then no, because I'm trying to show off features of DaC. Basically, it's my get out of jail free card for much of my cheating in the game, is that I'm trying to show you the features. So I need to cheat in order to do that. But of course you can restrict the camera, so that is a feature open to us. Phalanx! Right, form a nice line, Dwarven phalanx, and the rest of you form a line behind. There aren't very many of them, and there are plenty of us. We've got the crossbow unit, but I doubt he's going to do anything. And then the reinforcing army, you might as well just slowly walk towards us, I think. Like, but properly slowly. Don't bust a nut. Right, back to time 6. Team 1, are you ready? The enemy cometh, and the enemy runneth. Units! Right, we're just gonna walk at them. There's no point sprinting. We won't catch them anyway. So we're just hoping to catch them like that when they just foolishly turn themselves off.
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead.
Right, and then we'll get these ready to go around the sides and flank, and our crossbow unit can do what it likes over there. Pikes down. I do like a good solid pike wall. It looks glorious. Absolutely splendid. It is a real shame that the dwarves are right out on the edge of the map, because to be honest, other than the fact they don't have cavalry, they have one of the most enjoyable rosters. Really solid, heavy units, and generally with a real defensive theme. I'm disappointed about the crossbows, of course, because I just hate crossbows, but that's my own personal bias.
Badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
For many of you, I'm sure the crossbows are fantastic. This is already over. 4%. 34 dwarves died. And we shall remember each and every one of them. But the 460 pathetic scum, which is an overused insult on this channel, but let's be honest, it works so well every time. Longbeard Phalanx 162, Ered Luin Pikemen are 130, Longbeard Phalanx 100. All 3 pike units doing the dirty. The Phalanx is an absolutely fantastic unit, and we need to get more barracks across our realm. Because I just need more phalanxes. Just imagine an army of phalanx. Maybe 16 phalanx units, 1 general, and then maybe 3 merchant cavalry. That's my goal, my dream army. I listened to Dream Lover this morning in the car, actually, speaking of dreams. Very old song. Cracking song, though. Such eclectic music taste. I'm sure many of you have never even heard of the song Dream Lover, and when you listen to it now, out of curiosity, you're going to think, geez, how do you like that song? But I do. Kill them all. Fionlag. Fionlai? I don't know. Interestingly, I have been to Ireland, but only to Dublin, and I was very impressed by the Gaelic, that the little monorail thing, not monorail, what's it called? The tram. The tram announces all of the stations in Gaelic, which I thought was cool. But then isn't the population of Ireland so small that even if every single one of you spoke Gaelic, it would still be a relatively threatened language?
My king.
I don't know the stats of how many people from Ireland watch my channel, I'm afraid. But I do find it rather interesting, and I'd like to say hello to the 45 bots who are watching me in Saudi Arabia. And the reason that I know that they are bots is because they watch every single minute of every single episode. And I can't imagine that I actually have 45 devout Saudis who follow the channel. So they must be bots. You might, as you might expect, or no, as you might not expect, actually. I'm sure I've talked about this before, but I find it absolutely fascinating. But aside from Australia, Canada, America, and England, which of course are the world's biggest English-speaking nations anyway, the largest viewers on the channel come from the Netherlands and Germany. So welcome to you all, each and every one of you. South Africa watches a fair bit as well, so and that was quite interesting, I thought. I've always wanted to visit South Africa. I've wanted to visit basically every country on Earth, and I've only done an absolute handful. A minor drop in the vast ocean of countries. But I'd have wanted to visit many. I've visited a fair few, but as I say, it's still nothing really. Has anyone been to Bhutan? If you've been to Bhutan, please tell me in the comments what it's like, and if it's as wonderful as all the statistics for the nation suggest it would be. But I imagine it's cold though. Very mountainous. Also, thank you all very much for your feedback on the DaC faction lore videos. I think they are working significantly better than they did last time. But unfortunately, the payoff for that is that they are taking longer. It takes me all Saturday morning. I start them about 9 o'clock in the morning and I don't finish till 1. That was the high elf one. The Gundabad one was a bit shorter. And certain ones will be shorter than others. Like I didn't just lose Buzzardom, did I? Oh, no. We just suddenly got lots of money, and I thought that might be because you lost those. Certain nations, of course, like Dorwinian and Enedwaith, will be naturally shorter. And the DaC side of the video is quicker than the lore side of the video, because the lore side, I generally obviously have to research one or two things. But the beauty of the faction lore is that the era of Middle-earth that I like the most is the Third Age. I find this period the most interesting. And that's probably because I, of course, absolutely love the films. So we have that visual representation of the Third Age that many of us have come to know and love. And so I prefer the Third Age much more than the First and Second. I really like the Númenóreans and the story of the Númenóreans, but the entire 3,000-year period of the Second Age is really glanced over. Like, there's the odd event, of course, but most of the stuff that we know of that happens in the Second Age happens at the end. So for most of the Second Age, we just don't really know what's going on. So much of that's glanced over. So then you've got First and Third, and I prefer Third. So, and the glory of that, or the good thing about that, is that the Third Age is the information and knowledge that I have mostly off the top of my head. So the videos are much easier to make. But it takes time just putting it all together. But I do hope that you are enjoying them, and the feedback is that people are, which I am pleased about. Right, we've got Lunt now instead of Fionlai. He buggered off over there. Now, of course, we can easily crush him, as we can crush them all. Oh, and we were attacked in Doniana. Are you serious? Alright, well, we'll wait that out. 7 turns they're going to take. Oh, there's 43 of you. You might as well wait for the coming of... what is your actual name? Nori. He'll be there in about 5 turns. Oh, so why don't you head north, actually? I'm hoping we get attacked on the next turn in Doniana. Can we just get a good, glorious defense? We've got Siege moving through now, which is good. 2 more Pike units, which is nice. Garth Heligoth is getting us a guard barracks. That's good. And for Hamgathol is just going to take forever and a day to train its units. Oh, no, we're going up to an army barracks. That'll help. And that's only a turn away, which is good because we've got the money. Anywhere can build anything that isn't. Get along can't, can it? It's a useless little backwater hole, really. Look at the low population. We'll easily win the game before that upgrades. I just need to remember that I've said that, so that I stopped looking at it. So Harlond, you can give us things. Does that actually give any a public health bonus, which gives growth? I'm not too concerned about that. Master. Oh, we might as well get the Master Stoneworkers Hall while we can. Yeah, we've got the money. We can build it, so we shall. Our financial situation is fantastic, which is the problem we've got now. Is we've got the money, but we just don't have the training facilities to put it to good use. So we can't build the armies that we need. Oh, she's almost certainly going to come up and meow, by the way. I can hear her climbing the stairs now, meowing as she comes. And with the way that the microphone is now set up, you can probably hear her. But how long have we got on this video? About 10 minutes or so. Hopefully she'll just sort of get bored and bugger off. Oh, Lothlorien seem to have fallen. It seems to be a foolish decision that the Galadrim did not rescind to the undying lands. Of all things, grief will destroy elves, and they grieve for their dead in the crumbling of Lorien's armies. Elf friends must respond, or else they will fall into shadow. Enemies of Lorien must press their advantage and exterminate their race for good. They are down, I should imagine then, to 1 or 2 settlements. Gore's Hall got an archery range. Oh, and you've got a lot of units available. I will take many of those. I don't really want the Ballista, to be honest. I'll take all 4 of them, though. For Hamgathol got its army barracks. Oh, fantastic. Yes! Oh, 2 Firebeards as well, and a pike. That's an entire army trained there. That's brilliant. And Oin's Gate has given us a port. And you are also going to be a pure money-making hub. So go for the large pig farm and then get me a master. No, do it the other way around. Get the stoneworkers all in. Early doors. You're heading north. I have absolutely regretted not having a drink while I'm filming this. My mouth is so dry. And I'm really hoping that's not coming across. But goodness gracious, am I thirsty. I'm squeezing this recording in before Jessica returns home from work so that she can work when she gets back. Because it is my lunchtime. And I'm very hungry and very thirsty. But I'll have my lunch shortly after this video. You're all heading on. So Thrar's got a nice little army. We've got 6 turns in Donionach. And they didn't attack up here. So I think we should probably try and... Oh, bugger, I just put an army into was going to say we should probably attack Lunt before he gets reinforcements.
Aye.
But we will do.
Leading the army.
We will do. We will do.
Splitting up the troops.
I appreciate many of you did say I should play Warhammer again, but Warhammer, I was able to record Warhammer by recording it all very, very close together, of course, and each episode was an hour in length. And I was able to do that because at that time it was the peak of the UK's lockdown, and whilst I was working from home each day, I had each lunchtime, I had before work, and I had a lot more free time after work. So I was able to record those a lot more. Whereas now, because I don't see it fitting in as easily, but I would like to record it. But I mean, it just remains to be seen, really. If I get much more free time, I could, of course, just record it as part of the rotation. There's some Dark Blades and some Northgard, but otherwise that's a rubbish little army. I could, of course, record Warhammer as part of the videos that are just recorded on the channel, but it would then see us go back down to 2 videos of each campaign a week, whereas I really like devoting the 3 videos to each campaign. It allows the narrative to be driven better, in my opinion. And whilst it isn't, in Dol Amroth's case, for example, the narrative has somewhat been swept from beneath us, because now Harad has died, the Ardenaim are shortly to die, and we still don't know if Khand are going to side with us or the enemy yet. And that will make a big impact. Right, the enemy is over there, where they're going to be coming through this gate. Now, the tower, I think, can only mount there and possibly there. But otherwise, this is such a strong castle to defend. This is one of the Teutonic ones, isn't it? From the Teutonic expansion. But their ladders and siege towers and everything are going to do them no good here. And with our catapult crew being put onto mortar shot, which is flaming arrow, they will get a lot of kills. But for the moment, let's just put everyone here in the middle, other than the ballast. Oh, the ballast can go at the back there as well, actually. And you're free to fire if you're able to, but I doubt you'll do much. Right, and then what we'll do is put... We can't put them on the walls. That's our only ranged unit. Oh dear. We've got 74 of them. Don't really want to waste them on the walls. Let's put some militia on the walls, just in case anyone does try it. They can't climb these walls over here. They could try for that wall, but I don't think they will. But just in cases, we will put 74 of them in there. And then what we're going to do, in order to not get suckered in at the gate, is hold here, I think. It won't let us set up properly just yet, so we'll need to just put them in place for now. So all come and stand here, and we will move you as and when we are able. Oh, hang on, 91 of you are on the wall, aren't you? Oh no, 74 of you are. Let's put you down there then, and put the 91 on the wall instead. We've got 58 of them, and oh look, 35 of those you got on the wall too. We might not need the ones on the wall, of course, but we'll have them in standby. Oh, I thought I put you on the wall. Oh, there are 244s. Oh, didn't notice that. Ever the wide-eyed commander, paying attention. And then, of course, we've got our generals. If we move the catapult crew a touch further forward, so the generals don't accidentally get shot, and then we've got the crossbows. It's a shame you can't mount that wall. That is the singularly most bizarre design choice of this whole map, is why give you this quite obvious and clear defensive wall and then not let you mount it. Right, so off we go. We want to really plug up this gap with pikes. And we're going to go ham on the pike lines. Although they won't line up properly, they never do in cities. It's like pulling teeth moving them in cities. And we have 58 of you and 74 of you. You can stand next to one another. And then lastly, bringing up the rear are the crossbows. I think that's everyone. Ah, and the Grimborn Reavers. Reavers, you act as their sort of backup, just in cases. Now, what siege has the enemy got? They have got their own ballista crew. And they have got the ladder, and it is on that side, or the siege tower, sorry. But remember, we have this tower, this castle will have the best possible defences, I expect. So those siege towers might burn. But they are going to break down the gate before they come in, though, as you can see. Oh no, they're shooting something else. Oh, they're shooting the gatehouse itself. Interesting that they're shooting the gatehouse, because shooting the gatehouse doesn't really do anything. Well, we just have to sit and wait. We'll get them when they decide they actually want to partake in today's battle. See, no, our pike units just haven't gone where we wanted them to. Move forward. There we go. Hold the lines. How you doing on that gatehouse enemy? There you go, they destroyed the gatehouse, and what does it do? Absolutely nothing. I don't know why the game lets you destroy the gatehouse. Oh, isn't it because it stops the oil, actually? But the towers... Oh, that tower's just been destroyed by ballister crews. Are you joking me? How has the ballister crew just done that? This is a stone fortress, for crying out loud. And now they're taking down this one. And they are going to take it down as well. Well, they're not going to get shot very much as they close in then. The AI is actually playing as it's supposed to. It's so rare. And they are sending ladders up. And the siege tower is going up, and so is that one. Oh, but that one's under heavy fire as we expected and we hoped. That's never going to make it to the wall. No, that's down. Yes, there she blows. And what of this one over here? 51%.
Time for butcher's work.
It's too close, they can't shoot it now. Oh, the siege ram. Oh, this is a bad day for them. Oh, cool. The actual central tower shoots the enemy. Oh, wow, this is such an OP battle map. Gondor rocking the powerful towers. Oh, 99%. There we go.
Tower is nothing but kindling now. Beware.
Oh, they're bringing up the other ram. As they should do, because they lost the first one. This is why the AI trains more rams. It's as if the game was always designed to have strong towers, and then Third Age just decided to take that away. Oh, is that the enemy coming up the wall there? Oh dear. Well, they're not going to like what they're going to meet on this side. They're up against the strongest of our units if they come on this side. And they're also wavering, or they were a moment ago. Alright, you want to come and have a go? Be our guest. Now is the time! Wavering because they're miles away from their support. Fools. We've beaten the ones that came up those steps. In fact, their entire... Oh, they've lost the other ram as well. The whole army is going to try and climb the stairs. What a bizarre outcome. Right. So, how do we want to play this? Come out of time 6. Pikes. In the formation you're in, just move yourself forward and you'll be able to hold anything that climbs that ladder. This is a really hellishly overpowered battle map. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I should say that battle maps have actually been made weaker in future versions. Not battle maps, sorry, but the towers were slightly weakened by Hummingbird some time ago. So they aren't as all-powerful as they once were. Right, but all of you sans the crossbows come over here and let's speed her up again. We should probably send all the generals onto the wall actually, because if we can kill them as they climb up the ladders, which is the easiest way to do it. Then we get an advantage.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we
oh no, the ladder's been pushed off the wall.
Victory will be ours.
I think we're going to get a rather cheesy victory. And it's a shame that the ladders aren't tall enough. This isn't even a modded... This isn't a modded battle map. This is a base game battle map. So why are the ladders not the right height? Oh, that really is a killing zone though, isn't it? Look at that. They drop off of the ladder and then almost immediately die. Oh, I would feel bad for them if they weren't Angmar. Catapult crew, did you get any shots off?
The battle is very much in
You're
our
apparently
favor.
firing.
If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
What about if we move you over here? Just sort of kick you into action. How are you guys doing on the wall over there? Ah, you are dying. And there is a large chunk of enemies over there. But then when they come off the wall there, they've got the pipeline to get through. And the towers are wrecking them. Ready the catapult. Please, please, please fire.
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their
they
men.
just can't do it. They just can't do it. I think the towers are going to be the killers here today. 50% of the enemy so far has died. Although our generals obviously are taking down whatever climbs that ladder over there. But it's a long, slow one, isn't it? Dear oh dear. They're just coming up one man, and it's because they've only got one ladder. How did the other ladders fall down? That's being my question. Shall I describe it to you? Or would you like me to find you a box? Come on, catapult crew. What about if we move you further away? Let's try that. Have you one on the wall there, Angmar? No, we got 3 men left. No, they're just standing there dying to arrow towers. What's the end goal here, Angmar? And there's only one ladder here as well. And it's broken. Why don't you come down off the wall? Ah, the catapult can't fire now. He's out of range. How have we done over here? We won? Oh, yes. Look, they've given up. They've given up. I'm really tempted to send our units out, to be honest. Who's our fastest units? Oh, where's the 144 of them? There. Perfect. Yeah, you come with me. I have a task for you. Someone's got to go and shut down these. Although, is that ranged? Yeah, they're going to shoot us. I mean, it's not really the best idea, but... the whole army is coming up this one ladder. And... oh, the first unit has come off the wall! Pikes down, pikes down. And he instantly dies. Oh dear, I am terribly sorry. This battle is going to last forever and a day. At full times 6 speed, a battle takes 5 real life minutes from start to finish. Yeah, because the timer is for 30 minutes. I think it might be prudent, to be honest, to just walk the pikes out. And
victory will be ours.
I don't really know what to do here. I just need them to break and run away, but I don't think they will. This tower is going to have ridiculous kill tally by the end of this. Right, 144 of you stay in defensive mode and form a line. And 132 of you. Let's just try and finish this.
The battle is very much in our favour. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
And there we are. And the enemy has reacted as we had hoped, which is to form a very thin line and walk into our pikes. And many of them are routing, and they're just getting mopped up now. There's still some... oh, there's still a lot around there, though. The pike line moves. Form up, form up, form up, form up.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
The pike wall down. You face enemy pikes here, but we are dwarves of Ered Luin. And these foul hillmen will not stop our stalwart pikes. Oh, many of them are running away. It's over now. We finally got them. Come on, run. Run, 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 run. There we go. That's what I want you to do. Right. All that remains then is the Archer General and the Ballista. Oh, the North Guard aren't going to go down without a fight. But they are totally outmatched by the pikes of Ered Luin, who just blow through them like they are nothing. And one by one, the forces of our enemy fall to the power of our pike lines. Right, 143 of you, run quickly. Oh, I tell you what you could do, actually, is get the siege crews out. Just in cases. Oh, they've got an enemy trap somewhere, haven't they? Oh, it's their own ballista. There we are, let's shut them up.
Our men are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
And then we've just got to finish him off. But I'm worried that he's going to run away, because he's just in bog standard cavalry general. Yes, there we go. The longest battle in history.
Let all who remember this day remember it as the day of our most glorious victory.
1,970 enemies were killed. And 405 of them were taken down by Ered Luin militia. Goodness gracious. But you can quite clearly see that that does not add up to 1,970. And I would submit that maybe around 1,000, maybe even more than 1,000 were killed by the towers alone. And that all came about because the enemy didn't bring enough battering rams. Or rather, they did bring enough battering rams, but they didn't man the third one. They gave up after the second one fell. But anyway, we've won. And we'll remember that that's a fantastic battle map to fight on. Huge advantage over a normal castle. Absolutely massive. Ah, they're sieging Asinoyan Saloon again, despite the fact our army is right there and has already killed someone attacking that town. But that, of course, is going to conclude this video. I did say that the third one would be longer, and it has been, although it's not been wildly entertaining, in my opinion. But we won nevertheless. After this, there will, of course, be 3 Dole Almoth episodes again, and whoever I decide to do for the faction overview this weekend. I'm afraid I'm not going to tell you at the end of each one who will be next week, because I'd rather just do which one I fancy at the time. So that's the way I'll do it. But until we speak again, friends, na bhair na den per mad melonin, and farewell.